Console review number 1. This little motherfucker right here. Looks very calm and soothing on the outside, but the magic happens in here. Don't ya? Don't ya? Don't ya? Yeah. PlayStation 1. Now, I was trying to eat my face. Waka 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 waka. You can have so much fun with it, plugging it in. That's the beauty of this console. Look, it's Pac-Man. It's Jaws. Dun dun. You can have so much fun, even without plugging it in straight away. I even broke my knee. Released as late as the 29th of September 1995 in the UK and Europe, but as early as the 3rd of December 1994 in Japan. That's because Sony is a Japanese company. They sold around, as of July 2008, 102 million copies of this beautiful console. And they're the highest selling game with 10.85 million copies sold was Gran Turismo. Gran fucking Turismo, that's because it was just an epic game. Now this console deserves something. This is what revolutionised gaming. Before this, you had these shitty little things. Fuck them off now. You got these, you got discs, CDs, 700 megabytes per disc. You got music on there, you got clear graphics, you got a lot better graphics, you got better sound, better gameplay, longer gameplay because you held more memory. And also, we had these little motherfuckers as well, they're memory cards, yes, we had them as well. This console, as you can see, gets me really excited because I love it. It's my favourite game console out of the lot, the PlayStation 1. I mean, I had a SNES, I played that was my favourite when I was a kid. That went in the loft to make way for this motherfucker. I had a lot more games on this than I did on the SNES, and I absolutely loved it. I mean, it's the perfect look of if you imagine a games console, if you close your eyes and say games console, this kind of shape will be the first thing in your head. You've got basic buttons, on, off, reset, and you've got open, which opens the disc tray into the world of magic. It's just brilliant. Like I said, they use CD-ROMs. None of this GameCube mini disc or cartridge bullshit anymore. They wanted a new direction. They wanted to take a new turn in the video game industry. That was when 1994 hit the video game year. This is when this bad boy took over the world. And as soon as it was released, they knew they'd done something to combat video game revolution. And all because of this little thing here. This little thing known as a CD. Not these anymore. Not cartridges. I've lost my cartridges, but you know what I mean. Not these big old ugly things anymore. No, you've got the sexy discs now. And you ain't got these discs anymore. You ain't got these micro discs anymore, the GameCube bullshit. You've got sexy, proper full-size CDs, 700 megabytes, 80-minute discs, and they crammed a fuckload on it. I mean, you got GTA with all them cars on it. You got Gran Turismo with all them cars on it and all the music. You got, what else? You got Driver 2 with all the 4 different levels. You've got a wide selection of games just for this one beautiful console. Now, one of the reasons Sega, I think, went out because they knew they couldn't beat this as well. They come up with the Dreamcast, but that was one of their last consoles. So Nintendo won that part of Sega v Nintendo. Nintendo won it for now. But then Sony decided to come along, and they thought, because the Nintendo 64 was out roughly the same time as this, I think, Nintendo had a choice. Did they use CDs or did they use cartridges? They went cheap. They went cheap and used cartridges. They're still using cartridges now. Look at the DS, the Game Boys, and that's all. But I'm still using cartridges. The only thing that doesn't use cartridges, home video game console from Nintendo, I think, is the GameCube and the Nintendo Wii. Those two don't use cartridges. But when Sony took over the world for the video game industry, it was like a new era. They set the boundaries for video games. I don't know what to say about it. I mean, I can see why it did actually release 102 million copies. It was brilliant. And then they brought another one out in September 29th, the year 2000. The PS1, which looks like this. Why is it so dirty? This was gave to me by Jordan, so I don't know where all this dirt's come from. But yeah, there's a big spot of dirt there. I don't actually know where the dirt's come from, because it's not my console. I was given it, so I'm scared to touch it. It had the same. The on and off button was the reset button, so they ditched one button. I mean, look at the size difference. The open button still. You still had your nice little disc. And also, another thing they did that released was a little attachment, TV attachment you could plug onto your back and play in the back of your car or something. But it's a different AC adapter anyway, because this used the big AV AC in for AC. This uses the DC in 7.5 volt. The little PSP charger, similar type thing, but the PS2 Slim used. And that's that console. It's a beautiful little thing. This was released in the year 2000, and they sold, I think, 102 point something million units were shipped, something like that. 102.49 million units were shipped. Which included 28.15 PS1 units, which had. So that's all I have to say about it at the moment. And thanks for watching, and catch you again soon.